everyone, Richard Witt here with this week's video blog. Today's topic of conversation is going to be how to evaluate an offer when you get one. When you get an offer, you got to keep in mind that there are two sides to every offer. There's your price, which is what everybody focuses on and talks about, but more importantly in today's climate are the terms. What are the terms of your offer? Terms of the offer: your down payment, do the buyers have a pre-approval, when is their closing date, and do they have a house to sell or not. Okay, we're going to discuss all four of those briefly for you. In today's marketplace, in today's climate, it's very important that the buyer have a legitimate pre-approval from a recognized lender. What does that mean? It means that they come in with a document that the lender has reviewed their criteria and will, given certain conditions, will give them a loan for X amount of dollars. All right. You add to that loan amount the down payment, and that in turn will equate to the asking price. Now, why is this so critical? The reason it's critical in today's climate is because of the appraisal situation. Appraisals are tougher than they've ever been before, and without a significant down payment, the appraisal can be a serious problem as to whether or not you're ultimately going to close the sale. So keep that in mind when you get an offer. You want to have a significant down payment and the pre-approval in writing. All right. The next most important thing is, do they have a house to sell or don't they have a house to sell? If somebody has a house to sell, that's okay. It just has to be written into your contract of sale that it's not contingent upon that house being sold. There are many people who have houses they want to sell, but they also have the funds available to make the purchase without selling that house. That is the let's say the criteria you want to use. Can they buy your house without selling their existing property? If they can't, then you really do have to go and find another buyer. These are not people you want to go to contract with in the hopes that they're going to sell a house, because then what you're doing is you're putting your future in the hands of their sale and potential buyer. All right. The last thing I wanted to discuss with you is what happens if you get an all-cash offer and say, well, okay, then the terms aren't really that important. Well, yes, they are, because if you have somebody who's saying to you, well, I'm all cash and therefore not contingent, what if they don't have the funds? All right, you have to then take a different step, another step, and have your agent verify that the funds that they're saying they have available for you to close with are in fact available. We've had many situations come up in the past few years where we've had people make all cash offers, but then when we asked them to verify their funds, they really can't, because they really were planning to get financing, and that financing isn't traditional, so they in turn wound up not having verifiable cash funds, and we then recommend that you pass on that offer as well. Now, the only other thing that can factor in is closing date. If the closing date is beyond 90 to 120 days, you could be running into potential problems, because what then happens is that if they do need to get financing to get a mortgage, they need to have a commitment by X number of days, usually 45 days. The timing doesn't line up if you go beyond 120 days. They can't apply right away, so therefore the contractual obligation they have to get a commitment in 45 days cannot be met. It becomes very tricky, so you have to be aware of it and make sure that everybody's on the same page as to when they apply for their mortgage, when they have to have their mortgage commitment by, so in turn that you can close when everybody agrees on it. It is trickier than ever to navigate through the offer process. Always keep in mind that it's not just the price, that the terms are more critical than they've ever been before. And that's pretty much what I wanted to cover with you today. So if you have any questions, my name is Richard Witt, And my email is rwitt@whitney.com. That's rwitt@wittney.com. My phone number, area code 516-795-6900, 516-795-6900. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.